All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Trading Rolly, historic Bitcoin monthly candle close today. Not only did we hit the all-time high, we also have the highest monthly candle close. So we'll do a Bitcoin breakdown for you. Take a look at some of the macro altcoin charts as well. Remember, these are my own ideas and opinions on the market, so please do your own research, trade at your own risk. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, tick the bell for notifications. Bitcoin booming. So what we were looking for today was obviously a candle close higher than this candle close. This closed at 13,880. We surpassed that. We hit an all-time high today on the Bitstamp chart. You can see the 2017 all-time high was 19,666 on Bitstamp, and the monthly candle close today was 19,700. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. All right, so let's look at some of the indicators we got on the monthly today. We're looking at the pink 10 simple. In previous bull runs, we've maintained above that level, currently at 12,045. You can see on this bull run here, you bounced off of that a couple times, but stayed above, as well as this bull run. So we'd like to stay above that price. Also, I'm looking at my stochastics. You can see they're rising nice and high, but they're still pointed up. And you can see back here, it coasted along the top for a while. So just because we get maybe a little bit of a cross, we don't have to jump ship. We can see that it can ride along that top little band there sometime, but good to see crossed up. And then the RSI, plenty of room. You can see we hit around 98 on the monthly RSI back here in 2013. Again, this was like a 95 back in 2017, and we're sitting at a 73. So lots of room on the monthly RSI. Let's go down to the weekly chart. Get a little closer perspective of what's happening. Just been on a serious march. We did have that dump last week, and then it was bought back up. We'll see that on lower time frames. Our weekly stochastic hinting at a cross down, but remember, in bull markets, these stokes and RSIs being overbought isn't going to be your best signal, but we are on alert. You can see that weekly RSI has surpassed the previous 2019, but you can see it can come up higher, and then it can just bounce around up here as well. Above all moving averages, everything is bullish. Let's look at this weekly candle. So the monthly candle close was an all-time high. What about our weekly? I don't believe so, because this one closed at 18,953, and these closed just beneath it. So we're looking for this weekly candle close lots and lots of time, a full week for this to happen. But we'll see if we can close above 18,950. Otherwise, I love how this wick, rejected by this horizontal level we've been looking at for some time and bounced off of the horizontal also. And these horizontals were marked off using those weekly candle closes. So if you want to look at your favorite chart, look at the weekly candle closes, and you can put your horizontals, and you can see how prices respected this pretty nicely. You were rejected there, finally broke above, rejected, saw resistance, came down, retested, bounced, and now looking to close above that as well. Let me look at the moving averages real quick. Of course, we're above all of them. I know that. But, the yellow 21 EMA on the weekly is of interest to a lot of people. This is at 13,000, let's say 500, 13,500 and rising. Your pink 10 SMA support at 14,798. So if we had any flash crash, I would say we're looking to close above these two levels here to maintain that bull run. So 14,800 to 13,500. You would want to see a bounce in that region if you had a major sell-off. But we could have already seen that sell-off. We can see that closer on the daily. Let's go ahead and take a look there. So on the daily, we had been watching this pink 10 simple for a while, and we were just closing candles above it, wicked below a couple times, but close above, and was using it as a nice support. This is a highly trending move here. And usually when you have trending moves, your moving averages are great. When you have sideways consolidation, your RSI and your Stoke are better for that, okay? Those are your oscillators. But your moving average holding above the 10 simple was very bullish. And, I had mentioned if we lost the 10 simple, you would like to see the yellow 21 EMA hold the price as like a further 10 simple is going to be super bullish uptrend. Yellow 21 EMA is still a bullish uptrend. Once you lose that, the 50 SMA is at 15,154. That would be your last hope. And then on the macro level, your 200 EMA or the 200 simple would be the support on the macro. If you went below the 200 simple on a daily, you're looking at more bear market, bear territory, okay? I hope that makes sense. These are levels of bullish momentum. So this being the best, this being second best. Third best, critical area. So we bounced off that yellow 21 EMA. Perfect. You came down, wick below it, but it closed above it. Again, wick below it, closed above it, and bounced. Had a little of resistance on the pink 10 SMA. And then we've blasted through, nice daily close above, and not only above the pink 10 SMA, but back above the daily close candle high as well. All right. Price taking a little breather here, but your daily looking to cross back up. Looks like we have a lot of good momentum. Your RSI, we can't say that this is not a confirmed local top. This could keep continuing, so this could continue higher as well. And, this was interesting. This was quite the march. We were expecting a pullback at some point, and I was just curious what would happen when we had that dip. We have these companies like PayPal, Square, MicroStrategy, and billionaire investors all getting on board. What would they do in a 30% drop? That's what I was curious. And we actually ended up only having a 15% drop, which is still a significant drop. So that could be it. That could be it. There's a lot of institutional FOMO we've been hearing about. We've heard about PayPal, Square combined, buying up all of the newly minted Bitcoin being mined each week. Grayscale, is a publicly traded company where you can invest in Bitcoin as well. It's not a Bitcoin ETF, but you can still purchase Bitcoin through Grayscale, and that's publicly traded. So the opportunity for institutions is there. And also, PayPal, Square, they've talked about institutions also having better on-ramps to Bitcoin itself, the actual Bitcoin cryptocurrency. So the institutions are coming. Think about all of the money that PayPal will make. They're buying up, gobbling up all of the Bitcoin. There's not going to be any left for anybody else. When this goes to 50K, 100K, think about how much money PayPal's going to make. So there's other companies that want to get involved, and they're going to want to get involved soon. We have an all-time high. It's being shared on CNBC, Twitter, Facebook. Everyone's going to see these headlines. It's going to cause some FOMO. Does it have to happen today, tomorrow? No, but long term, this looks great. All right, so let's go down to the 4-hour. Just see what we're looking at on the smaller time frames. Your RSI has hit overbought. Your Stokes are crossed down. So do we maybe go a little bit of sideways and wait till the pink 10 simple catches up, or maybe it drops down? You have support at 18,799. Yellow 21 EMA on the 4-hour is at 18,433. Your blue simple 18,145. So anywhere in this region, if you do have a little bit of a pullback, I would think maybe a bounce there. But this was beautiful, bouncing off of that 200 EMA area, this light green 200 EMA, breaking above the pink 10 simple, finding support, breaking above the yellow 21 EMA, find support, break above. Just, we're in a rally. I would not short Bitcoin. I've been repeating that for a while. The momentum is in the bull's favor. You don't want to short uptrends, macro uptrends, maybe for a scalp, but you wouldn't have even got a good scalp. So guys, be careful in your shorts. Everything looks good. Above all moving averages, all-time highs. What else do you want me to say? I can't say the crypto fear and greed index is at a 95. Our index has been up here in the high greed, extreme greed territory for a while. But guys, things are a little bit different this time. I know that's a term people don't like to say, that things are different this time, but they truly are. 2016, 2017 was more retail FOMO. You had the introduction of the CME futures at the height of that. December 2017, institutions were able to short, and short they did. And then you had a 3-year consolidation. But we consolidated, I would say, at an average around 10K. This chart just looks good to me. Even, don't tell me it's Bitcoin, you know, just random chart. Zoom out. It looks like a pretty damn good chart to me, if you ask me. And then, you know, we have the COVID situation, and people are moving to cashless digital currencies, whether it's going to be a central bank currency or it's Bitcoin or one of the many altcoins. This pandemic has definitely helped the narrative of using digital currency. A lot of good things going for Bitcoin. And then at the end of the day, supply and demand, only 21 million Bitcoin. I'm sure you know about that. We had the halving earlier this year. Typically after the halving, you have a bull run. Well, the halving was back in March. That was all the way back in here, I'm pretty sure. So where was it? Was it? No, it wasn't March. It was in May. Sorry. So it was in here, and we've rallied hard. A lot of people thought maybe we'd dump right after the halving. We didn't get the dump either. So, guys, bull, bull, bull. Thank you, Mr. Sailor. Oh, man, that guy is just swimming in profits. All right. Enough color commentating. Let's look at some of the macro charts on some of the major altcoins. I am a fan. I've been saying this on Twitter. I'm a fan of the majors. They have longevity. And when people move into the cryptocurrency ecosystem, they'll buy Bitcoin first. Then they'll look at some of the top 10s, and maybe when they do their own research, they'll start looking for some of the mid cap or low cap, you know, the altcoin gems. But, you know, if they're buying Bitcoin for the first time on PayPal, they're going to see Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. I don't talk about Bitcoin Cash much myself, but I do like Ethereum, and I do think that this PayPal thing has given Litecoin new, new energy, new love. And then you're going to have maybe the XRP rumors on PayPal. But also you have XRP. You have XRP having an airdrop in December. Kraken just announced that they will support that. I don't think Coinbase will end up doing it, but Kraken is a US exchange if you're interested. They'll be supporting it, and you'll get a 1-to-1 airdrop for, what is it, Flare? All right. So XRP, look at that monthly candle. Boy, so we want to see continuation here, but it is nice to see it finally break that downtrend. Your Stokes are rising. Do I have any drawings on this? Oh, we did have an obvious downtrend. You can see we broke that. But if you go down to a weekly, we hit some of those targets I talked about on this channel weeks ago. You had that resistance at 30 cents. You finally broke that, and the next target up was around 50 cents. And we tagged it, backed off a bit, and then drove higher and actually tagged that 80 cents target using that wick there. Came down last week when you had that drop and tested that 50 cents region, actually wicked below it and closed above 50 cents. And I think looking at our moving averages, held that daily pink 10 simple. Looks like we can go back to 80 cents. Your daily Stoke looking to cross back up. I took some profit on XRP here, sold it out to Bitcoin when Bitcoin, so 70, I got a 76 price on 76 cents on XRP, sold it out to Bitcoin around 18,100. It came down here, bought a little there, bought a little there, and we're up here. Bitcoin's up, feeling good about that. Let's look at Ethereum real quick. Go to Ethereum's monthly chart. Looking at Ethereum, Stokes crossed up, rising nicely. Take off these drawings. You had a bit of a sideways consolidation. Nice green healthy candle. Not all-time highs, but I think, you know, Bitcoin's leading the way and the rest will follow. So if Bitcoin went to an all-time high, there's no reason Ethereum cannot go to an all-time high. In my opinion, not financial advice. I'm saying minimum of 1,200. Why not? You can see a lot of grayscale interest in Ethereum as well. A lot of the institutions are buying Bitcoin first, and then they're picking up some Ethereum. Some of the crypto institutional firms, if you can call it, are looking at other coins, DeFi, that kind of stuff. But Ethereum's definitely on everyone's radar. I even saw CNBC talking about Ethereum's price. They even mentioned XRP. They called it Ripple, but whatever. The guy on, one of the guys on CNBC says, I don't even know what moves Bitcoin's price up and down. I mean, there's still a lot of skepticism around the space right now, which is actually not a bad thing for us, because once everybody is hyped about Bitcoin and everyone's making money, there'll be a big shakeout. So the fact that there's still a lot of skepticism could be nice. We could see some gradual growth possibly, and then we'll see a FOMO takeoff and then a big shakeout, something like that. All right, Litecoin. No, sorry, I'm not finished with Ethereum. Let's go look at something more useful. So Ethereum also bounced off the yellow 21 EMA like Bitcoin did. Its Stokes crossed up on the daily, very nice. And you got a new daily candle close high, closed above that. That's good to see. So we'll just want to see it maintain above 572 on the pink 10 simple on the daily. Looking at our horizontals. The horizontals have been the best gauge. I've been preaching this for a while. Let me get rid of that. Basically, we found these targets just using previous price action. If you look back here, you can see how we rejected there, and you had that bounce. So I took just a swing at it, and I had drawn this horizontal to around 620, and we hit it. This had been drawn for a while. And I have the next level, this previous top at 800. So if we can break through 600, 620, I think 800 is a good price target, 1200 finally. And you can see also going to a lower time frame, we had drawn some horizontals here previously. And we bounced, so we had this resistance here. You hit that target, rejected. Came back, retested the previous resistance, bounced off it. Resistance, flip support. It was ideal. And look at that rocket. And you're actually backing off from that level right now. So you'll have to break that. Could we consolidate here? It's possible. It depends what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin just shoots through, we wake up tomorrow, we're at 21,000, Ethereum will definitely ride through 600. If Bitcoin stalls out a little bit, I imagine Ethereum will. Maybe we'll start looking at some symmetrical triangles, ascending triangles, look for some consolidation patterns. All right. Litecoin. Litecoin also bounced off that 65. That 65 was the level I was interested in. I bought some more Litecoin down at 65. I also bought Ethereum back down here. I was able to get 511. Not exactly the best, but it was still good enough and feels good here. Litecoin, I bought the blood down at 66. I saw that opportunity. We flipped it, bounced it. So that was a resistance flip support as well. 65 has been a level you saw support, resistance, resistance. You even had resistance here and bounced off of support. That was good to see. And, we had this level was a target or a back above that. It was at 86. We're at 86 now. If we can continue to march higher, I see 140 as the next peak. That would be the next level of interest. You can see we finally broke that downtrend there on Litecoin. So these were lower highs. Now we have higher highs starting to form and lower highs as well. So the crypto world looking pretty good. Look at that monthly close on Litecoin, breaking that downtrend as well. I'll just do a couple more and we'll wrap it up. Cardano was another that I bought on the dip and feeling good as well. All right, so Cardano 17 cents. That's the level I think it needs to break, is 17 cents. You had that peak here, and you can see we're kind of struggling around it right there. Need to break that. Your next peak is around 36 cents. That's going to be 126% gain. If we go up to 99, let's just go to $1. It's going to be a 500% gain. Cardano is well liked and been moving on up in the crypto charts. I wanted rankings maybe. Cardano number 8, top 10. So Cardano's got a lot of support behind it. There's no reason this one shouldn't hit an all-time high as well. 5 billion market cap. You said 500. So you'd look at a 20 to 25 billion market cap to hit all-time highs, and XRP's at 29 billion right now. I think it's possible. You could say the same about Chainlink. Polkadot, top 9's at 5 billion. There's no reason these in the next bull run shouldn't be around the same as XRP now. Just estimating, okay? Bitcoin's at 362 billion. I was thinking, I forget exactly, but if you had doubled up from where I was looking at it at 330, we were looking at like $36,000 Bitcoin would be a $660 billion market cap. Adding an additional 330 billion to Bitcoin, when the profits start moving around, you're going to see a lot of these altcoins fly just on the market caps alone. Don't even need to look at the charts. Just got to understand billions and billions will enter the market. All right, so let's finish up with Link. Check out Link. Link is in this symmetrical triangle, I guess is what we're going to be looking at. Some people have been drawing more of a rising channel, which, you could do that as well. But you have official, 1 point, 2 point, so downtrend resistance we can look at. I was looking more this white horizontal white rising uptrend was looking more like an ascending triangle, and then we came back down into it. Wasn't the best thing, but you can see this wick closed back above that rising trend line. So this rising trend line on Link did maintain that support and got a decent bounce. So maybe we're looking at more of just a macro symmetrical triangle on the daily. We'll have to see, if this breaks that rising trend line, do you get something that forms more like that? We'll have to see. These things form over time. What would that look like on the weekly? It could just like bounce around in here sideways and then go up. We'll have to follow up with that. But looking at your moving averages on the weekly, you're above all moving averages on Link's weekly. Your stochastic is crossed up. So everything still looks good with Link. The daily hinting to cross up. You're going to need some momentum, though. We're going to need to see Bitcoin rise. Bitcoin 19,465. It could come down and test lower on the daily. Bitcoin could come down to 18,400. Retest that pink 10 simple. The yellow 21, 17,600. So we'll have to see what happens with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pretty much leading the way. Finally, let's just look at the Bitcoin dominance. Check out what's happening there. Daily Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance RSI dropped. So you had like a mini alt rally there, which we saw. This was basically the Thanksgiving Day sale. Everything bounced, but the altcoins bounced harder than Bitcoin. So the dominance dropped. But your RSI is low. Your Stokes are low and looking like you could get a bounce here on dominance. We'll have to see how that plays out. If the dominance rises on Bitcoin, it'll be two things. It will be Bitcoin dominance rises because Bitcoin pumps past 20,000. All eyes on Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes to 21, 22, who knows? All eyes on Bitcoin. It'll take the lead first, and then the altcoins will follow, so the dominance will rise. And after Bitcoin's done making its move, takes a little pause, the altcoins might catch up, and then you'll see the dominance fall. Or a bearish scenario would be all of crypto takes a dump, but the altcoins sell off harder than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's dominance rises that way. Bitcoin dominance is a tricky one to play with, but guys, I do see, I don't do too much TA on it, but you can see it hits its RSI, it's overbought, oversold, and you usually do see, a move to the other direction when these happen. So it could get a bounce here. And I would say if we're bullish and we're talking bull scenarios, it's going to be Bitcoin making all-time highs, taking the lead, leading the way, and then the altcoins will follow after. All right, enough from me. 27 minutes. All right, it's been a while, guys. I do a lot of things outside of just these videos. So I know it's been a while, but I had to celebrate with you on the historic Bitcoin monthly close. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Rolly roll!